First, I'd like to thank the Courage Campaign and Rick Jacobs for all of their great work. Activating the grassroots and organizing progressive leadership is essential to advancing progressive goals and preventing threats to progressive values in California and across our country. I encourage you, the American voters, to ask all the presidential candidates what their positions are on the issues that matter most. I look forward to seeing many of you on the campaign trail. For more information about my campaign, my position on the issues, and my record, please go to www.richardsonforpresident.com. The president must stop defying the will of the American people. The deaths of more than 100 U.S. soldiers there last month underscores the need to redeploy our brave men and women out of this raging civil war. We should get our troops out of Iraq this year. We must remove all of our troops. There should be no residual U.S. forces left in Iraq. Congress must continue to use the power of the purse without cutting funds for troops on the ground. But we should also go one step further. Congress should assert its constitutional authority and pass a resolution deauthorizing the war under the War Powers Act. Congress can then set a military pullout date and appropriate funds accordingly for the redeployment of troops. We should promote an Iraqi reconciliation conference to bring the factions together, to seek compromises, to begin conference-building measures, including the end of militia violence. We should convene a regional conference to secure the cooperation of all of Iraq's neighbors, including Syria and Iran, in promoting peace and stability. We should convene a donor conference to fund Iraq's reconstruction. The United States needs to show the world that we intend to return our tradition of being a trusted leader, not a unilateralist loner. We must redeploy some of our troops to stop the resurgence of the Taliban and to fight the real terrorists who attacked this country on 9/11. While all American troops in Iraq must be removed, we need to maintain a military presence in the region, including in Kuwait and in the Persian Gulf. We must also bring our National Guard home, where they're needed for homeland security. And we must focus on energy and resources on real threats, such as nuclear proliferation, Al-Qaeda, public health, and global warming. A good education is one of the most important things we can give our future generations. As president, I will, number one, help states establish voluntary pre-kindergarten instruction, push for 100,000 additionally highly qualified math and science teachers, create 250 new scientific academies, increase funding for doctoral programs in engineering and the sciences, support high school redesign that would include personalized training, curriculum with real-world connections, and move towards smaller schools. We also should promote more collaboration amongst teachers, parents, and students. We should also ensure that students are prepared to go to college and then from college to the workforce fully prepared. We should launch a new effort to ensure college, technical education, and job training for every American to allow them to go as far as they go. We should expand federal loan options and streamline the federal grant loan process, which is enormously cumbersome today. Climate change is the major environmental issue of our time. Nothing poses a bigger threat to our water, our livelihood, and our quality of life than a warming climate. I haven't just talked about this issue. I've tackled it head on. This includes setting tough greenhouse gas reduction goals in New Mexico, leading my state to be the first in the nation to join the Chicago Climate Exchange, and recently helping to create a 5-state regional plan that will address the problems across the West. New Mexico has not waited for Washington to take needed action on energy security and climate change. We are a national leader. Now, Washington would be wise to follow the trail New Mexico has blazed. This will need to include real actions to increase American energy efficiency and energy security and combat global warming. Virtually a man-on-the-moon effort that includes mandatory emission reduction goals combined with a national emission credit system, new incentives for renewable energy sources, and dramatically increased fuel efficiency standards for cars and trucks.